Hey guys, it is currently 4:11 in the morning on April 21st, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the 20th. So on the 20th, I did not do nearly as much as I wanted to. I managed to edit 3 chapters of Letters from Madman, and that was it. Those 3 chapters were edited before I went to sleep, and then I went to sleep. My dogs woke me up about 2 to 3 hours before I normally wake up to go outside, because neither of them would go outside before I went to bed. And then after that, my cat, who was in heat, would not shut up, so she was just meowing for like 3 hours, and then my dog wanted to go outside again, and then I just couldn't fall asleep in between those. So after I woke up, I was exhausted, I had a headache, I was dizzy, and overall not in the headspace to even take notes on Letters from Madman. So after that, I just came out here and watched Ghost Adventures with my mom. But before I went to sleep, I did edit, again, 3 chapters of Letters from Madman, and that was 5,902 words edited and 644 words in notes. So on the edited portion, that brings my count for the month so far to 22,604, which I will show you here. And on the written portion of the month, it brings my total to 54,594. Apparently. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. I was worried for a second there that maybe I hadn't put in the count from yesterday, but I did. So yeah, things did not go as planned yesterday, but sometimes that happens. So the only other thing that I have to show you today is my Rapunzel stuff. I have 2 notebooks for my Rapunzel research right now. This one holds the actual research, and this one holds my little ideas, like the main characters' names, a couple title ideas, and the fonts that I kind of like for the title. Because I tend to make a mock-up cover before I start writing or during the writing process, and then obviously that's not the cover that I use when the book is published. Except for Man of Darkness, that was relatively close to the cover that I created as well. There were just a few tweaks in the publishing phase of things. But with the Rapunzel research, I'm actually done with researching the previous retellings and renditions of Rapunzel, finding the similarities, the differences, the common themes, the common aspects, stuff like that. I'm done with that already. I do need to transfer something to this notebook because it's currently on my phone, and I'm going to do that in between Letters from Madman stuff today. But I have this whole page here, and then this one, and this one. And then the next thing that I need to put in here is what I've got over here. I went through and wrote down the common aspects that I have discovered. This is on an older phone that I use for that, for storage space stuff, so there is a small crack in the screen here, because it was originally my grandma's phone. So I don't think that will interrupt your view of it much, but if you notice the crack, I did not just break my phone since the last time I showed it to you. So, like, these are the common aspects of Rapunzel's stories, mostly. There are some differences, obviously, but going through those, I need to move them to the notebook first, so that way no matter what happens, I've got it in this notebook. Again, I prefer my notes on paper. And then I need to go through and figure out which one of those are the most important ones to include in the story, because you don't want to just rehash the same exact story over and over and over again, but you do want to keep things similar enough that you can tell it's a retelling, rather than just something you're inspired by, more or less. You don't have to keep any of the aspects the same if you're just inspired by something, but if you're doing a retelling, you do want at least some of the things the same. Generally, in my research, definitely long blonde hair is the most common aspect. It's, as far as I could tell, in every single one of them. And it will be in mine as well. The main character, though they are both males, not that there's anything wrong with men having long hair, by the way, full disclosure. The one who is in the Rapunzel position, Rowan in this case. Again, I haven't started writing it yet, but I have named them both. Will have long-ish blonde hair, generally worn in like those Viking-like braids, because those are dope as hell, and I've never had a chance to write them into one of my books, so I'm also pretty excited for that. But that's about one of the only things I know, and then I know that there's a form of magic in this one, because that's another common aspect throughout them. I didn't expect that. But generally the love interest gets injured in pretty much every single one of them, generally blinded, and the majority of the time Rapunzel is the one who heals him. So there is a healing aspect in my story, but that's all I know. That's about all I know. And I only know that much because I've been using Rowan and Bayard, which is the Prince character, though I doubt he's going to be royalty, because it's set in modern day and most likely in the United States of America. I don't remember where I was going with that. My brain is still pretty tired, so I don't even know where that sentence began. That happens sometimes. Short version though, I know some of the stuff. I've been using them for conversation snippets on Twitter. I think that's where that sentence was going. But long story short, I'm very excited for this retelling. I'm very excited to start writing it eventually. And until then, I'm going to do my best to not start writing it until at the very least I have finished one of my books. But we'll see how long I can hold off on that. So, that is all that I have for the 20th of April Camp Nano. I hope that your first 20 days of April Camp Nano have gone well. I hope they continue to go well. And if they haven't been great so far, I hope they get much better. But that is all that I personally have for the 20th. If you enjoyed this video, a like is always appreciated. And if you'd like to stay updated on my writing, my editing, the gaming videos I upload roughly every Friday, currently Camp Nano, or anything that I do on the channel in between, feel free to subscribe. All the links to my authors pages, as well as links to my social media, are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.